Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, and with me this week is Eric. Say hello to everybody, Eric.
How's it going?
And we should have done this a while ago because E3 ended a while ago, but we're finally going to wrap up E3. About time, right?
Yeah, I've seen some wrap-ups that are going up fairly late, so we're not in that bad of a window, I don't think.
Yeah, as long as I can get this edited fairly quickly and post it.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of hoping we do, and I think this E3 was actually fairly decent. It had a lot of cool stuff. I mean, some major surprises, especially from Sony's camp. There's some things in there I did not see coming from a mile away.
I thought it was a very good E3, but not great.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing. It was good, though. I mean,
Everyone was solid, you know?
Everybody had a good showing. Ubisoft had a good showing.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Let me say that one more time so that it can sink in. Ubisoft had a good showing.
I mean, they were kind of forced with the jokes, but at the same time, you know, compared to the shit that they've put out, it was a good show, you know?
And yeah, they showed off a lot of cool looking games, but we should probably start with Microsoft.
Yeah, go in order.
Yeah. So Microsoft and then
Microsoft and
EA,
Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo.
Yeah, that order. Okay. Microsoft put on, in my opinion, the best show that they put on in years.
I think so too. I mean, it was non-stop games.
Yeah, they finally realized what the people that go to E3 actually want them to show.
I knew going in that they had said that they had so many games they even had to move some out, and they're going to show at another date. So I was expecting them to have a lot of games, and they really delivered. They didn't. It was just one after another. There were a couple that I could have done without, and I think the one they closed with was pretty weak. But other than that, I thought it was a really good show.
Oh, what did they close with? I'm trying to remember.
New Crackdown.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was kind of a strange closer.
It wasn't even really like a big demo or anything or a blowout, and I've never been a Crackdown fan, but I know there are people who are.
Yeah, it was a CG trailer.
Yeah, and I didn't think that Crackdown was a big enough franchise in a game, even returning after an absence, that you would want to close a show with it.
Same here, dude. I mean, granted, it's been a while since the last Crackdown, but with your show closer, don't you want to show some gameplay?
Yeah, gameplay, or even just a trailer of. If they would have had a CG Gears of War trailer, other than like the split-second logo, I think that would have pushed it over the top, you know.
Yeah, but I was surprised that they closed with Crackdown. I mean, Crackdown's fine and everything, but as a show closer, it's.
I was so expecting them to do the one more thing, you know, and then you see a grunt walking or something, and you know, Dom from Gears steps on it or shoots it, and you hear Cole and Baird. I think that would have been great. Even just that would have been perfect.
One more thing and CG fireworks that look better than Nintendo's did.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been awful.
But Sunset Overdrive looked awesome.
Oh, fuck yes, it did. I
won the game.
That game looks so badass, and it's bright and colorful and just gorgeous. And I wouldn't expect anything else from Insomniac Games, you know?
No, that really looks fun. I really want to get my hands on that. I was a little worried when they started the show with Call of Duty, but
at least they didn't end it with Call of Duty.
Yeah, not only did they not end it, but I'm like, okay, get it out of the way. But then at the same time, when I was sitting there watching, I was like, yeah, it looks kind of cool. You know?
It does. The gameplay for Call of Duty reminded me of Quake 1, or Quake 2 and 4, which I'm okay with because I really like Quake 2 and 4.
If they could tap into that, deliver a campaign that like you actually feel like you got your money's worth about playing, then I would be down, you know. Oh, so I know that, well, they showed the Halo collection, which is a pretty damn good deal for all that you're getting.
Yeah, they're going to do a remake of Halo 2 like they did with Halo 1.
Yeah, and then each one comes with the full multiplayer game, and it's original. You know, everything very original.
Yeah.
If I can say that without sounding like an idiot, but I thought that was really cool. I know there's a lot of people who are excited about that.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of people. There's a lot of Halo, although it excluded the Halo game that I like the most.
Reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know why they did it, because it's
Master Chief's.
Yeah, they might as well have called it the Master Chief Collection, I think, but
yeah, I don't know if they called it that, but a lot of people on Twitter and whatnot were calling it that, the Master Chief Collection. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Did they have any gameplay for the new one or the remake of
gameplay,
2?
Gameplay. They showed gameplay of the remake of 2, and it looked awesome. They didn't have gameplay of the new one. They had a really cool trailer. I'm excited to see more of that.
Yeah,
I'm more of a I was never that big into Halo's multiplayer just because I was so fucking bad at it. You know, I liked Call of Duty multiplayer more just because I was better. In Halo, man, I couldn't. You know how you get one and then you know you're gonna get fucking destroyed at first, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of start to progress. You know the levels. You get better with the weapons. I couldn't do it. Like, I'm fucking horrible at Halo multiplayer, so I never really got into it. Actually, I like the campaign a lot.
Yeah. I've never been that big of a Halo fan. Like, I've played them. I played all of them except for 4. I even played through Wars, which a lot of people didn't like.
Yeah.
I thought Wars was decent for a console RTS.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Doesn't get anywhere near as good as Brutal Legend, but I'm kind of biased towards Brutal Legend because it was designed for someone like me.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, fantastic game.
Brutal Legend is badass. And what else did Microsoft? They showed Forza.
Yeah, that looks cool. I was reading about it, man. That really sounds cool. It's a big car nut. That one sounds. I like that.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. It really does.
Great setting. I'm really tired of the American setting for every racing game. You know, like every Need for Speed, it has to be the back roads. This, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Give me something. When I read an interview, they were talking about when you're driving in the game, it'll remind you of watching Top Gear just because of these big, vistas and valleys and beautiful roads you're driving on. And that's what I want.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I think was it for Forza that they were announcing the Nuremberg Ring or whatever it's called.
The Nürburgring in Germany. Yeah, it's for Forza 5 and not for Forza Horizon 2, which was their big Forza announcement. Yeah,
but that they said the most famous racetrack in the world, and I was like, Top Gear Test Track, and then it wasn't.
Right. Which was in the last couple Forza games.
No, it was just funny to me that was my automatic go-to, was like the most famous racetrack in the world, Top Gear Test Track.
I know the names of the turns and shit. It's
ridiculous. I love Top Gear, dude. I really do. It's such
Me too.
A good show.
I'm a huge fan of it. I even like the American Top Gear. It's pretty good.
Oh, the fans just trashed the shit out of that one, and I'm like, okay, so it's not going to be Clarkson and the other two.
No, you can never replace that or replicate it. But at the same time, fans trash it, but look how well it does.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big show. It does really, really strong.
Well, they got guys that know what they're talking about on it. So
you can never be the original, but it's still really good. So
yeah.
Yeah, I thought when they were showing the Nürburgring, I always like driving on that in games. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's 5s, but
I remember driving on. I think wasn't the game that introduced that to video games. Wasn't that like Gran Turismo 2 or something?
Oh man, it was one of them. It was a while back.
Because I could have sworn it was in Gran Turismo 2.
I think I don't want to say for sure. I think so though.
Let's see, what else did Microsoft show? They showed off more of that build your own game thing. What's it called?
Build your own. As you can see, I'm really
Spark, something like that.
Project Spark, yeah.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool. It reminds me a lot of what you could do with the Little Big Planet level builders and stuff.
Yeah. One One game they showed that I was really disappointed in was Fable Legends.
I was never that big of a Halo or the Fable fan, rather.
I liked Fable just because it's so just offbeat and quirky, and I really enjoyed it. But man, honestly, it just looked fucking terrible.
Yeah, it looked like any other game in its genre, like every other game in its genre. Nothing about it stood out at all.
I know they should have never called that a Fable game because it doesn't seem like it's anything like Fable.
Yeah, it's multiplayer focused, right?
Yeah. One guy plays as the villain, which takes it to like a RTS type view, and that looks like the most interesting. Where you're picking where you want to have your forces attack the good guys, and then if you're playing as like the heroes, there's 4 you can choose from, and then it's a third-person action. Like a kind of a dungeon thing. I just could not get into it when they showed it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it either, and I like dungeon crawlers.
Yeah.
I just finished Diablo 2 for the 5 billionth time. I love Diablo 2. And I'm going to play Diablo 3, and I'm going to Let's Play Diablo 2 for the website.
Yeah.
And my friend just actually got the Diablo Battle Chest, so he's going to Let's Play it with me, so that would be cool. Because the game is more fun if you have a friend to play with.
Yeah.
And it'll be cool because he hasn't played it before, so I can, get, the perspective of someone who's brand new to it, and I can explain how everything works to him,
Right, yeah, I know what you mean.
Which will be perfect for a Let's Play. Let's see, what else did they... Was the new Rainbow Six on their stage?
No, that was Ubisoft.
Okay, we'll get to that eventually, but that looked cool.
Look forward to talking about that.
God, I feel like I'm missing some things, and this is why I wanted to do it closer to when it actually happened.
I know, I would have, if I'd have had the chance, I would have sit and wrote down some bullet points, but
yeah, we should have.
So many games.
Yeah, we should have done that. You know what? Oh, geez, what else did they have? I know they had a lot of other stuff, and I'm struggling to think of it all.
Yeah. Oh man, buried with Halo and whatever.
Yeah.
I think one of them was Scalebound.
I think you're right. Scalebound.
The follow-up to Limbo.
Yeah, that was an indie game, right?
Yeah, and that looked really, really fucking cool.
Yeah, I loved the art style on that. It looked really pretty. And I love when games can give you a really fucking cool art style because they age so much more gracefully than just having good 3D graphics or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I was happy about is they didn't mention the Kinect at all.
No, I mean, they didn't even announce I don't even think they mentioned that they have the Xbox One without the Kinect coming out.
No, they didn't mention it. They even in passing like that, they didn't mention it at all. I was surprised.
I'm surprised because it was their expo. You think they would have said, "Oh, by the way, you can buy the Xbox One without the Kinect."
Yeah, which is obviously a pretty big deal. It'll drop the price for everybody, and everybody was bitching about the price anyway.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I bought one, but fuck it.
Yeah, well, $500 is a lot to ask for just about anything, And I'm not necessarily saying that's too much, but it is a lot to ask. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I think it's just a good strategy all around, and plus they're almost kind of like they're ignoring the Kinect now that they said that the Xbox is coming without it. I think in the fall you'll be able to buy Kinect, but they kind of don't seem like they care at the moment.
Yeah, I would expect them to sell the Kinect as a standalone at some point.
Yeah, I think in the fall. Did Xbox? Are they the ones that showed Evolve?
They didn't show off gameplay of Evolve, but they did show off a trailer, and that game looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. I wasn't excited about it at all last year when I read about it, but man, now it sounds really cool.
Yeah, I love when you play as the creature, the more kills and experience you get, the more powerful you get and stuff. So it kind of balances out. Even though you're 4 against 1, you are way more powerful than they are. So they have to work their asses off to kill you.
And there's shit in the levels that can kill you as well. So you're doubly fucked.
Yeah, Evolve looks badass, and everybody who I've seen interviews and gameplay previews and stuff like that said it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was watching a few of them. One other game, which was the one I was most excited about, and I can't believe I forgot about it, was Assassin's Creed Unity that they showed.
Yeah, they did show that, and they're finally putting co-op in it, which is something that they should have done a while ago. As soon as they introduced, like, you can have all these other assassins on your team, they should have been like, you know what? Your friends can play as those assassins.
Yeah, it looks fucking incredible.
I hope they can do split-screen co-op.
That would be sweet. I doubt it, but it would be cool.
Yeah, I hate that is largely a thing of the past.
I know. I'm waiting for the day where single-player games are a thing of the past. I'm sure it'll be happen, but
I don't want it to happen. I really don't.
No. And they talked more about Assassin's Creed, and you don't have to play it as co-op, which I like.
Yeah, it's gorgeous and it's well animated.
I mean, when he's climbing up and then he goes in the interiors and the lighting changes, and those interiors were just fucking stunning looking.
I said that so many times when I was commenting on all of the E3 things on the Twitter account. Yeah. Delirium feed for those that don't know, but I said that so many times, like, this game is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
About so many games. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity looks really, really freaking cool.
Trying to remember if they showed I think they showed the Division, right?
I think so, and that looks awesome too.
Yes, it does. That can't come out soon enough, but
yeah, I'm definitely pumped about that one.
New Tomb Raider, they showed a trailer for that.
Yeah, they didn't show any gameplay, but they did show a trailer.
No gameplay, but trailer. So that's really cool. The last one's fantastic. So
I still need to play it. It looks awesome. It reminds me a lot of Uncharted, which tells me I'm going to like it.
Yeah, you'll really like it.
Because Uncharted is awesome. You want to...
Yeah, it's been pretty much Microsoft. Very good show. Solid B.
Yeah, solid B, I think. Definitely a very good show. The best they've done in years. They didn't... Even when they had, like, the one game that I absolutely did not give a fuck about at all, Dance Central. And they didn't spend very long on it.
No, kind of kept it going.
So they didn't let it stall out, which is something that Sony should have done. And we'll get to that. Because Sony's show stalled out for like 20 minutes, but we'll talk about that later. EA had a few exciting announcements.
EA was pretty good. I mean,
way too much time on sports as usual, but
yeah, I played with my phone when they talked about sports. I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, I tried to pay attention, but I kept repeatedly typing things like, I don't care about sports games.
I mean, I thought it was cool they put Bruce Lee in the UFC game. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool because Bruce Lee's the shit.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's fucking off.
But they did have a few exciting things. They showed a Cops and Robbers, or what appears to be Cops and Robbers version of Battlefield.
Battlefield Hardline, yeah.
And they said you can go get the beta now, which is, I mean, I love when they do that. I love when they're like, you know what? This shit's available right now. Go get it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like this E3, it was either it's right now or it's going to be in 2015. So
90% of this frickin' E3 was 2015, and that drove me nuts. I was like, everything's coming out next year.
Yeah.
There's nothing coming out this year.
Yeah, if you look at the release schedule for all three consoles, it's pretty bleak.
Yeah, it really is. But next year looked great.
Yeah.
Although the bleakest of them all was by far Nintendo, because I looked at like all the AAA titles coming to all three consoles. Nintendo had like 2.
Oh yeah, I know. It's what it is.
It's depressing. But new Mass Effect.
New Mass Effect. EA's because they took that different approach, and where they would have the developers talk about a game that they're working on, which I think that worked better than just a CG trailer.
Yeah.
And they made Battlefront, so
yeah, I'm always excited for a new Mass Effect, and I'm excited for the upcoming Battlefront. That looks really cool too.
The only reason I'm not excited about Mass Effect is because I like those 3 games. I love them so much, and I know that this new one won't be out for like probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it because I know how far away it is.
Yeah, they dropped a very minor note, BioWare did, in that video, where they said and I don't think very many people actually caught on to it, but they said they're working on a new IP.
Yeah.
So which means they'll be working on something that isn't Knights of the Old Republic, it isn't Mass Effect, it isn't Dragon Age, but they talked about Dragon Age too.
Yeah, Dragon Age had a good showing at the at E3.
Yeah, it did.
Different trailers, different gameplay, so it looks great. I want to play it.
Yeah. Did they have any Star Wars games at all besides
Nope, which I thought was bullshit.
Yeah, so did I. I was like,
when they made the announcement that EA was getting Star Wars, and everyone's like, "Oh man, we're gonna get this. Maybe they'll do a new Rogue Squadron. Maybe they'll do this." And then the next year, when Star Wars is filming currently, all that they show is barely anything of Battlefront. I thought that was a big mistake.
Yeah. Come on, guys, give us something. We want more Star Wars games. We want good Star Wars games. Give us good Star Wars games.
I mean, that can't be the only Star Wars game they have in production. It can't. It can't.
Yeah, hand it to one of your teams that does first-person shooters and go make a sequel to Republic Commando.
Something. Just, I mean, RPGs, flight sims, that Star Wars is something that no matter what, it's going to sell. And there's so many different types of games that can be created in that universe.
Yeah, because and they could do the exact same thing with Mass Effect if they wanted. Like if they wanted to venture outside of RPGs, they really could.
They wouldn't have to do an RPG. Obviously, I hope that's what they do. But if they wanted to do a standalone ship combat, they could do it. If they wanted to do one planet first-person shooter or even third-person standard over-the-shoulder without RPG, they could.
Or an RTS. They could do an RTS as well.
So much.
And that's one thing that I'm surprised that they haven't been visited more with the Star Wars universe. There's been one RTS? It was Empire at War, I think. And I've never played it, but I heard it was decent.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I was disappointed that was all they showed.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I expected all the sports stuff, but I expected more of that from them, Star Wars, and I didn't get it.
No, I thought that would have been their, steal the show moment, but I guess there's always next year.
Yeah, but they had some cool stuff that they were showing. I'm always glad to hear that there's a new Mass Effect in production. I'm always glad to see more on the next Dragon Age.
That Dragon Age looked really cool.
Always happy to see more. Shit, my mind just went blank. More Battlefront.
That Hardline, it looks really cool.
It does. It does.
Battlefield 4 is such a misfire because it could have been great, but just barely working. I mean,
yeah, that's what everybody was concerned about. Like, you just released Battlefield 4 like a year ago, and you barely have it working now.
Yeah, that Battlefield Hardline reminded me of a first-person shooter version of the bank heist mission in Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that game Payday, the heist.
I never played that.
I haven't played it either, but it reminded me of that because the whole thing is like you work with a group of guys and you pull off a bank heist.
If the whole game is like that and there's many versions, sign me up, man. That looks cool.
Yeah, it does. I hope they put enough maps in it to give it enough variety and enough mission types, though.
The only thing is, like, I don't know how many guys robbing a bank also destroy a building. I know it's a video game, but
yeah, how balls out crazy are they going to get with the destruction and whatnot? I wonder.
Is Arnold going to show up in a Harrier, wearing his outfit? Which I would be down for. I mean, that would be sweet, but
kind of like in True Lies.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's so good. I love True Lies. It's such a great film.
Yeah, it's pretty great stuff. Really don't need to spend that much time on EA, I guess.
Yeah. Ubisoft had a pretty cool, like, for once in their miserable existence, Ubisoft's E3 press conference was not a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad.
It was not painful to sit through.
I know some because they have the same girl host it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some of the jokes are like, all right, enough is enough. But
yeah.
But honestly, I mean, she did a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, she's funny, but she's funnier when she has clever writers like she does on Archer.
Yeah, you can tell, they're writing her material. Go out there and say this, and do a catchphrase, but...
Yeah. Maybe in the future they can have H. John Benjamin show up and do it with her.
Yeah, we'll see.
So he can just... Everybody would want him to show up and go, Lana! That would actually be pretty fucking funny to see on Ubisoft stage. But Rainbow Six looked awesome.
Yeah, that was very surprising when because man, Ubisoft has been really good lately about closing the show with something that looks absolutely killer.
Yeah,
did it last year with The Division, which just looks fucking fun, man. I want to play that. But this closing it with Rainbow Six and then completely getting rid of Rainbow Six Patriots that was announced a couple years ago and it didn't really look that fun.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while since. What was the last Rainbow Six game? Was it Vegas 2?
I want to say yeah, I think so.
So it's been several years since the last one.
Been a while. I love Rainbow Six just because I like the more sim aspect of it, Yeah,
but this looks like a different kind of Rainbow Six. Like you're going into houses, people's individual houses, and clearing them floor by floor, and taking hostages and stuff.
Look, incredible. I mean, the destruction in the house and even the layout of it. It looked like sometimes video games they take a lot of leeway with stuff like that. It's where it just doesn't look realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
And the house will have one room that's like the size of fucking Missouri, and then another room's very tiny. But it looked like an actual house. I know it's dumb, but it's like the little things that get me.
Yeah.
The destruction of it looked fucking awesome. When he goes through the roof, oh man, it's so cool.
When he blew a hole through the floor and dropped down, that was so awesome.
Oh, that was cool.
But the one thing I would worry about with a game like that is people don't like to play together online.
No, that's one thing about a lot of these conferences and E3 when they're showing co-op games with more than two people. Everyone is so scripted when they're talking. They're like, clear room, okay, got your back. No one fucking talks like that,
Yeah, no one talks like that, and people won't work together. They'll run around and run and gun, and be like, no, you idiots, this is not how this is supposed to be played. We're going to fail this mission because you're retarded.
Unless you have an actual team that you communicate with outside of the game, you have a clan or whatever, who takes it, I guess, somewhat seriously, even though it's a video game.
Yeah.
No one plays like that. You're going to have the guy who runs in the room. He's like, motherfuckers die! And he's shooting at the walls and everything.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I always worry about with the co-op games is just some asshole's just going to ruin the experience.
Yeah, there's always, unfortunately, it's always like that. Because as cool as it looked, if people work like that, it would be great. I think hopefully there's variety,
Yeah, they only showed off that one level, which obviously it's an E3 demo. You can't show off much.
Yeah, I hope there's many more houses, apartments, different kinds of buildings would be great.
Yeah,
One thing that kind of worried me when I saw it was like the regenerating health. It looked like.
I don't like regenerating health.
No, and this is Rainbow Six. I want to play it as a sim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want regenerating health in a Rainbow Six game. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, I hope you can turn that off. I don't like that.
Yeah, the my favorite kind of regenerating health system is the one that Far Cry has, where you have to take time out of battle to heal your wounds.
Yeah.
That I don't mind.
Some games I don't mind it if it's the right type of game. I don't want to walk around looking for health packs because I think that's just so ancient now. But if it's done in a right way, I guess then. But man, for Rainbow Six, there should be no health packs, no regenerating health. Like if you die, you die.
But it looked awesome, and
oh yeah,
that they showed off some more of the Division, which looks really cool.
It does. Is there even a release date for that damn thing yet?
I have no clue. I don't remember there being one.
Yeah, I don't think.
But they showed off some yet another. What the fuck is Ubisoft's dancing series called?
Is it Dance Central?
Something like that. I don't remember. But they showed off another game in that series, and they used some Lady Gaga song. And when I was tweeting about it, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't stand Lady Gaga. And then
I don't really think she's that bad. I just don't want to hear it in the video game.
Yeah, then someone retweeted something called retweets for Gaga. Retweeted that, and then someone replied to it and bitched at me.
Yeah,
I'm like, sorry for having good taste, dude.
She's not near as bad as a lot of them, but I don't know, dance games I couldn't care less about.
Yeah, but they always show them off, you know.
They showed single-player gameplay of Assassin's Creed, which still looked incredible.
It does. It looks awesome, and like Aisha Tyler's thing may be scripted, but you can tell that like the excitement in her voice for most of the games is completely legitimate.
Yeah.
Like she's really pumped up about this thing. No Rayman.
No Rayman. Surprising, but
I was hoping for something from Rayman. I kind of wanted to see like a 3D one, like Rayman 2.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I thought maybe Nintendo would have one, but
no. We'll get to them eventually, but they had a good show.
Yeah, we can. If you want to move on
to Sony.
Yeah, we go to Sony.
Okay, Sony kicked ass for an hour, and then it stalled out for 20 minutes.
Then they took a shit for a little while.
And then they picked it back up and kicked ass until the end of their show. But, oh my god, when that happened, it just dragged.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of why is this happening moments.
Yeah. And I get some of it. I get saying, hey, the Vita TV thing is coming to the United States, so that's big news. I get why you have to say that kind of stuff. But
that could be a graphic that flashes across the screen.
But they spent way too long talking about television and some comic book based show that
Powers from Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah,
which is good. It's a good book, but okay, it's coming. That's cool, I guess.
We don't need to spend 15 minutes on it. And did they even have a clip from the show?
No, I think they had concept art.
Oh my god, if you're gonna show that kind of thing off at E3, have a clip from the show. Otherwise, you're just showing it off way too early. And it might be cool. It might be fun to watch. If I get PlayStation Plus, I'm sure I'll give it a try and watch it because it's free to all Plus members.
Right.
But that's not what I was there to see. Now, what I was there to see was all the games, and they had a lot of those.
Yeah, they had quite a few things.
They had some things that are just completely out of left field that I didn't see coming from a mile away, like a Grim Fandango remake. Who the fuck saw what?
No one saw that coming.
Nobody saw a Grim Fandango remake coming for the PlayStation 4, but I'm kind of excited for it because I wanted to play that game for a long fucking time.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm glad Sony's just here, have money. We want this game.
Yeah.
And they announced a Ratchet and Clank remake. They didn't show off anything for it, but just the fact that they're remaking the first game has me excited.
I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised that they're doing that without and not launching a new one for the PS4.
Yeah, I would rather have a new one, but I'm not going to argue against getting the first game again because it's a damn good game still.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll refine it, and it'll be good.
Yeah. So that was exciting and also completely out of left field because I didn't see it coming.
Right.
They started off their show with Destiny, which is a good opener.
Very good opener. My only thing about that game is they've kind of been showing the same thing for a while.
Yeah. Have you been playing the alpha?
No, I wasn't able to.
Oh, that sucks. Because I was so jealous because you had a PlayStation 4 and you were going to get to play the alpha and I wasn't.
I know, so much came up and I just did not have time to sit down and play it.
Because I've watched gameplay of other people playing the alpha and it is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it really looks cool.
Even in alpha stage, it is gorgeous. I was like seeing actual footage recorded from the console of that game in action. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is even more pretty than I thought it was. And so is Bungie giving exclusive content to the PlayStation 4 version of the game? Is that kind of their apology for years of being Microsoft exclusive?
I think so, yeah.
Not that I mind it, because I want the game on the PlayStation 4 anyway. You know?
I don't know. I'm very torn on which one I want it for. I'm kind of... Is it what? It doesn't come out till September?
Yeah, it comes out later this year.
Yeah, I might end up getting that one for the Xbox, depending on what the exclusive content is. I don't know, man. I'm very back and forth. Honestly, it'll probably depend on what my buddy Craig gets it for, because we play online.
But yeah, that game looks really, really cool. They showed off a little bit of a trailer for The Last of Us for the PlayStation 4, the remastered.
They showed off so much spoiler material, and I know everyone's like, oh, well, because I still haven't beat the damn game.
Well, get on that, bro, because that's a damn good game.
I know, I was like, man, goddamn it, I wish they wouldn't have showed some of that, but at the same time, it really looks good on PS4.
Yeah. And I know Angry Joe's really happy about that because he really wanted to play that game and didn't have a PlayStation 3, but now he's got a PS4, so he'll play it on that. And probably review it.
It comes out pretty soon too, so.
Yeah. Let's see. Sony. What else did Sony show?
There was the very, very, very confusing yet very awesome Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Oh God, yes! I am so excited for that.
To apparently, and don't quote me, but tomorrow, which would be June 19th?
Yeah, 19th.
Apparently, Kojima may show off a half-hour gameplay demo of the Phantom Pain.
Oh, that game is so gorgeous. I want it so bad.
And reading everything about it and listening to him talk about it, I'm like, I can't have that soon enough.
Well, you know me, I'm kind of a Metal Gear fan. Boy.
We both are. Like, man, not to get off tangent because I don't have too much time, but remember Zone of the Enders?
Yeah.
I bought that game just because it had a Metal Gear Solid demo. That's the only fucking reason I bought it.
Yeah, well,
it turned out to be a good game, but still.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then Zone of the Enders was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's when it came out. That's the only reason I went and bought it, because I knew it had that Metal Gear demo. But yeah, I'm so excited for that game.
You and me both.
Talking about how huge it is, but
oh, dude, it's so fucking absolutely beautiful, and I wouldn't expect anything less from Kojima, and all of his games are freaking gorgeous. They're always absolutely gorgeous.
The trailer was very hard to understand, but it's Metal Gear, so yeah, it's gonna be expected.
Yeah, the Metal Gear is hard to understand.
I know, you pretty much need a PhD if you want to decipher what the fuck's going on.
Especially the ending of Metal Gear 2. Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't fucking know.
No idea.
I've beaten it like 7 or 8 times, and I'm still not sure. But yeah, that's exciting. Little Big Planet 3.
Surprising, came out of nowhere, looked great.
It really did. It looked awesome, and I wouldn't expect anything else. Little Big Planet's fun. It's a lot of, especially if you play it with friends. It is a blast. It reminds me of like being a kid and playing a platformer with your friends back when a lot of them were single player and you just had to pass the controller back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of, and that makes me happy because, it's so much fun. Like I've had people complain to me that, oh, it's a kiddie game and stuff like. I don't give a fuck. It's amazing, you know.
I know. Can't wait.
But they said that every single user-created level from 1 and 2 will work in 3. That's nuts. That's got to be thousands upon thousands of levels by now.
Yeah, they said it was a few thousand, I think, so that's a lot.
Yeah, and that is so cool that they're doing that. Like, that's got to take a lot of time and effort just to make it work on a PlayStation 4. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's worth it. I mean, it'll be worth it because that'll be awesome.
Really look cool. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. I was disappointed that they didn't talk about the Vita pretty much at all. It's like they're just shuffling that under the rug or something.
They just had a thing where they said that not many first party big titles are going to come to the Vita, which really blows. It's going to be I know that people use it. You know, I don't really even use it very much. It's like to transfer from the PS4 to the Vita. It's cool, but I don't really need to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're going to be able to do that though. Oh god, I cannot believe we didn't talk about Far Cry 4.
Oh man, god damn it! Right.
How could we forget about Far Cry 4? But not to worry. Sony showed it on their stage, so we're still good.
Sony showed gameplay, and god damn it, did it look cool.
Oh, it is so freaking gorgeous, and I'm excited for the villain because Far Cry usually has an interesting villain.
He looks awesome. The setting looks incredible. I think it's a perfect choice. To get away from like the tropical setting, I think is great. Go into the mountains. You can use elephants to fucking attack people, which is that's like the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that is so badass.
Driving in the truck and he drives off the cliff and then jumps out and he's got like the flight suit. Oh, come on, man, that was
that is so cool, dude. I am so pumped for that fucking game.
About the whole thing because Far Cry 3 is one of my favorite games. I love it.
I keep trying to get you to play Blood Dragon, bro.
It's just a matter of me getting on there and buying it, you know.
You will like Blood Dragon, I can guarantee you.
Sure.
I mean, you like movies like Terminator and Alien and Predator and all those badass action movies.
Yeah, I grew up on those.
Yeah, you grew up on those kind of like me, and you're going to love it because you love those.
Yeah, it's just a matter of me getting around to it. I will for sure, but
you'll probably absolutely love the dialogue, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's just one-liners out the wazoo, right. You know. But I love it for it. I love
that Far Cry exists.
Yes.
So great. God damn it, that new one looks so great.
Yeah, it does, and I'm so excited for that. And
I know. I don't think they announced a release date, but obviously it'll be 2015.
Yeah, surely. But it is, in traditional Far Cry fashion, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It's one of those like when they show it, it's like, okay, well the next gen has obviously arrived. I mean, it looks gorgeous.
You know what game should have been on someone's stage and wasn't? Alien Isolation.
I'm not surprised it wasn't because the stigma of the last Alien game is still pretty fresh and how terrible it was. But man, that looks fucking cool.
Yeah, have you seen gameplay or anything?
I've seen a lot of it. Yeah, and
it looks awesome.
They had a bunch of gameplay on the show floor, and I was watching it online, and it's like, fuck, man, that looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks like the alien. For the most part, it looks like the Alien game that I wanted Colonial Marines to be, except less action oriented.
Yeah, it's very much a horror game, which graphics look great, setting, just can't wait.
Yeah.
The my biggest, I think the one from Sony that I was excited for the most, maybe not quite as much as Far Cry, but was No Man's Sky.
Oh god, dude, that looks so freaking cool. Every single person in the game starts on their own individual planet. Are you kidding me?
That looks like the exact type of game that, like, when I was a kid and I would imagine in my head, like, the craziest thing I could imagine to play in a video game. An infinite universe. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And I am so excited for that game. And I love how much Sony is embracing indie developers now.
Yeah, they really are.
I
Xbox
love that.
too, with the ID at Xbox or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
They're both doing, which is good for gaming, but indies getting a lot of recognition.
And it wasn't like No Man's Sky had a little bit of showing. I mean, they showed off a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
there was a big focus on this indie
watching
title.
After the big reveal, that part, watching some of the interviews when the guy said that the technology he created, you can hit a button and then the computer randomly generates like dozens of different animals and foliage. I was like, man, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for No Man's Sky. It looks awesome. And they closed out their show, and I wasn't surprised by this, but I was excited by it anyway, with the new Uncharted.
Yeah, wasn't surprised. Very excited though. A little bummed that they did the last timeline.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like this is going to be the last Uncharted game, which
I think it's the last Nathan Drake Sully Uncharted.
Which is kind of sad to see because those characters are awesome. I love Drake and Sully, and they play so well off of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're funny together.
Yeah, I think they said they created that trailer using in-engine or whatever, so it'll be amazing. And it's based on pirate treasure, so it can't really get much cooler than that.
Yeah.
That game won't be coming out anytime remotely soon, so.
Yeah, it won't be. I'm tongue-tied. Did the trailer show any gameplay?
No, when he walks into the woods, they say that that's in-engine. However, it's not gameplay.
Oh. Well, I'm sure the gameplay will be great. I know what Uncharted gameplay looks like.
I mean, there's been a lot of turmoil with Uncharted and, just everything that was going on in that studio for a little bit, but I'm just glad to see that everything's okay with the game.
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of turmoil going on ever since, within that studio, ever since someone suggested that they change the cover art for The Last of Us to put the guy in front and the girl in the background.
Right.
And they told them no. Which I was happy that they told them no. Like, no. Ellie's a great character. Let her have her moment.
It's box art. Like, shut the fuck up. People were complaining about the Far Cry 4 box art.
People were saying it's racist, but I don't know. I don't see anything racist about it.
No, it's not. It's just, I don't know. People have to rally against something.
Yeah, people are so ridiculously oversensitive nowadays.
Yeah, they really. You want to move on to good old Nintendo?
Nintendo had a. You know what I loved about Nintendo's presentation? Robot Chicken.
Yeah, that was an excellent choice, and just making fun of themselves with it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, they didn't show off Metroid, which I'm not gonna lie, I was hugely disappointed they didn't show off a new Metroid again. But
I wasn't surprised at all. And then I think they recently said that's something they're not ready to talk about yet. So I'm sure they're doing something.
But they did have a lot of games that looked pretty freaking cool.
And they really came out with the games. They had some really cool looking stuff, like you just said. That Yoshi yarn looked awesome.
They're taking a page from the Little Big Planet playbook by doing a Mario Maker.
Yep, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they'll give us more than the two style. Like, they showed off two styles, right?
Yeah.
The original 8-bit style and the new Super Mario Brothers style. But there are other styles that Mario has, like, give us a black and white or a black and green Game Boy style. That'd be cool as shit.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I mean, I think it's gonna be awesome. I've always wanted to be able to design my own Mario levels, terrible as they'll be.
Yeah, give us the 16-bit style or the Mario 3 style. I mean, I'm hoping that there's more than just those two options, but I'm really optimistic about this one. It looks awesome.
Yep.
Mario Maker looks really, really cool, and who hasn't wanted to create Mario levels?
Yeah, exactly. Looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That looks that Yoshi game looked great. The Splatter one looked really cool. The squids.
The Splatoon.
Yeah, man, that looked really fun.
It looks like the kind of thing that I'll have fun with for like an hour, and then I'll get bored with it, and then I'll come back to it later and have fun with it for another hour.
I'm in for that one. Looks cool.
Well, I'm not 100% sold on that one, but it looks interesting. It's a unique concept because you're not really trying to get killed so much as you are trying to cover as much area and pain as possible.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Zelda game, obviously.
Open world Zelda, which we haven't really had since like Zelda 3 or something.
I know people are kind of going, is this going to be like a Skyrim light version of Zelda? And I really hope it is.
I would have zero problems with that.
No, especially like just what they showed looked beautiful.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous.
It jumped up and like that arrow transforms at the end. I was like, holy shit, that looks cool, you know?
Yeah, it really does. And they didn't show off much in the way of game. They didn't really show off much in the way of anything for that, really. But just the fact that they're working on a truly open world Zelda game, which they said that they haven't been able to do in the past.
Yeah.
And I think they could have done it. They just would have had to dumb down the graphics some. Like, instead of having it absolutely gorgeous, like, the fuck is the one on the Wii?
Skyward Sword?
Yeah, that one. Instead of having it, like, everything incredibly detailed like that, you might have to scale it back some, like the Elder Scrolls usually does with their games, where it relies more on art style to be beautiful instead of graphical prowess, because there are more detailed games than Skyrim.
Well, I mean, there are, but just the fact that they're doing Zelda like that and that it looks beautiful is enough. That was their conference, you know, and just Zelda was all they needed.
Yeah.
The bit at the end with Miyamoto showing a little bit of a very, very, very early build of Star Fox, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, the one thing that bothered me about Star Fox was he appeared to be using the controller to tilt controls and whatnot to control the R-Wing.
We'll see. That's all I gotta say on that one.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, but I did that shit in Lair. It wasn't fun.
Right.
You remember Lair?
I just want a controller. I don't want to bend it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Nintendo really brought it with their, it was a short presentation, but I thought they did really good.
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes. But yeah, the Yoshi Yarn game looks really fucking cool. And
Yoshi looked cool. Smash Brothers looks great.
Oh yeah, well everybody goes gaga over Smash. Everyone's like, Greninja, and I'm like, who the fuck is Greninja?
Yeah, I don't know.
I had no idea who Greninja was. Somebody had to tell me who that was. It's like, oh dude, that's a Pokemon. It's one of the final evolutions of whatever starter it was for X and Y. I'm like, okay, I didn't play X and Y. That's why I don't know. I haven't played Pokemon since Red and Blue.
Very good from Nintendo this year.
Yeah, they didn't show off hardly anything from the remakes for whatever Pokemon games they're remaking.
Ruby Red, I think, and the others something escaping me, but yeah.
Sky Blue or whatever.
Look cool.
Games,
they're fun.
Yeah, they didn't show off much of anything from that at all, and apparently they didn't have anything on the show floor for that either, which had like the trailer.
Yeah.
What else did they have? Because I know they had some other things.
They did. They had a couple. I mean,
what was that Toad game they showed off?
I don't even remember. I know they had one, but I don't remember it.
The only thing I remember about that was, to me, it appeared to be like Mario Galaxy with Toad instead of Mario. And he had the ability to dig, which I guess is kind of cool. They didn't get me super excited or anything.
Look cool.
See, shit.
I think that's pretty much it for Nintendo. I'm sure there was a couple other smaller things, but
Bayonetta.
yeah, Bayonetta. I didn't buy the first one.
Yeah, well, their big announcement for Bayonetta was if you buy Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U, you get Bayonetta 1 with it.
Which is cool, and some character skins too.
Yeah, they showed off some character skins for some various Nintendo characters. They showed off like Link, and I think they showed off Samus and Mario and stuff, which is kind of cool. And yeah, everything they showed looked cool, and I loved the sparring match or whatever it was between Reggie and Iwata.
Yeah, that was funny. It was good stuff.
Yeah, that was funny. It was
Good all around Nintendo humor.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that they were doing the Robot Chicken thing, dude. I thought that
was great.
like I thought they would be like Robot Chicken is below us, you know? But no, they did the entire thing, like their whole let's fake a press conference thing, and then it was Robot Chicken. That was great. I loved that.
Me too. Looked really cool.
But yeah, they didn't show. None of their conference was boring. They didn't waste any time.
Yeah, it was fun. Robot Chicken was hilarious. Games looked really cool. They had stuff to be excited about. I mean,
short, sweet, to the point. Wasn't even an hour long.
Yeah, very good stuff from them. So everyone had a really good conference.
Yeah.
One game that I forgot to talk about and mention that may have been, it's either my game of the show or at least one of them, was The Witcher 3. Can't believe I forgot to talk about it, but
oh yeah, that does look amazing.
Talk about an incredible looking game. God damn.
That's coming to both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, right?
Yep.
Oh, that is such a cool looking game. I want to play that series. I haven't played 1 or 2, but they look amazing.
Great games. This one looks just the world and fucking looks just crazy. Where he hunts the griffin and chops his head off. And
I love the look of the combat. That was so cool when he chopped the griffin's head off and he just like had it hanging on his belt. It's so awesome. I'm really excited for The Witcher 3. Really excited for Alien Isolation. I saw some gameplay. I was like, man, this should have been on someone's stage. It looks so good.
I know. I understand why they didn't. But
yeah, they're probably just scared of how negative the reception was for that. And it deserved to be negative.
With Alien games in the past, how many years they really haven't had something to kind of be a hit.
Yeah, it's been a long time since the last legitimately good Alien game.
Hopefully this one's it. You never know. It looks really cool, so.
Yeah, but we were all saying that about Colonial Marines, but I don't think this one's going to pull a bait and switch on us like that one did. But, yeah. What would you grade Nintendo's?
I would say, man, that's a tough one. Just because Zelda alone, it should get an A, but
I was leaning toward a B+ for them.
Yeah, I would say B+. Yeah. I don't know, because I think they were right there with Sony in terms of, cause even though it was shorter, but
yeah, Sony could have cut out like 20 minutes of their show when it would have improved the entire thing.
It's really hard for me to pick who the winner was this year because everyone did their own thing really well.
Yeah, everyone did. I think probably my weakest showing was probably EA, just because they always show off like sports for 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm thinking more like the main three. You know, the Nintendo obviously didn't have a show conference; they had their digital direct, but still, I mean,
it was a good digital direct.
Yeah, it was very good stuff. So I think as far as winning E3, I don't even know if I want to make a prediction.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to either.
I might say Sony. I don't know. Because Microsoft was really good this year.
Yeah, Microsoft was really good. Sony was really good, minus that 20-minute gap where they just dragged.
Nintendo was really good, short to the point, great game.
Yeah.
Zelda, so it's going to be fantastic.
I loved that it was less than an hour long for Nintendo.
Yeah, they didn't need that time. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't need too long. Like an hour and you're done with.
obviously Microsoft and Sony I can watch for an hour and a half, and I'm happy. You know, 'cause it's huge, but Nintendo was pretty much what I wanted.
Yeah.
It was a really good E3. A lot, not many huge, crazy, like holy shit, surprises, but
For me, all of the huge, crazy, holy shit surprises came from Sony's stage because they had those things that I mentioned that were just completely out of left field. Like, nobody saw a Grim Fandango remake coming. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was a good E3.
Yeah, it was. It was a good... Not the best E3. I've seen better E3s in the past, but good. Lots of games to be excited about. All of them coming out next year.
If anyone is going to carbon freeze themselves until 2015, you are going to have an awesome year when you wake up.
Yeah.
The rest of us that have to sit from now until then, it kind of blows.
Because everything comes out next year.
It either comes out in October of this year or it comes out next year.
And for the most part, it doesn't even come out in October of this year. There's not that much. It's barely.
Oh, Batman looked fucking incredible.
Why didn't we talk about Batman?
I don't know, man. I had to work this morning. It was early. I'm tired.
Because we're stupid. That's why we didn't talk about Batman. But yeah, Batman looks badass. I love that you'll be able to drive the Batmobile.
Yeah, that looks fantastic. Had to get that one in there. The graphics look incredible.
Yeah, and you'll be able to turn the Batmobile into a tank, basically. Not sure why Batman has the Batmobile turn into a tank, but it's cool. I just imagine that conversation between Bruce Wayne and Lucius Fox. Why do you want to turn the Batmobile into a tank? Why don't I want to turn the Batmobile into a tank?
Yeah, it looks so fun. I can't stop thinking about it, but now that I mentioned it, yeah, but that was the last one I had to mention, so.
Yeah, we've probably been going for about an hour, so it's probably time for...
Yeah, I gotta get going, get some food going here, and...
Yeah, I'll probably go watch baseball with my dad.
There you go.
Watch my team suck. They haven't been very good this year. It's like Yu Darvish is pitching and we pray for rain the rest of the time. It's been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host. And with me this week was Eric. Say goodbye to everybody, Eric.
Goodbye.
And we will talk to you guys, I don't fucking know when, sometime.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon we'll have some good news to talk to you guys about, and it'll be fun. But I had to wrap up E3, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good year. A lot of stuff that's going to be coming out eventually. So if you're a gamer, I mean, it's a pretty good time to be one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that next year's E3 doesn't have a whole lot of the same games that they showed at this year's E3.
I kind of think it will because
everything's coming out next year.
Yeah, it's going to be everything that they showed this year, except they're going to say it's all coming out in the holiday of 2015. So
yeah, and then we're going to get to the holidays, and I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, wallet. I really am. I love when you have money in you, but you're not going to have that for a while.
Oh, there's so much coming out that I want.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. My game of show, I'm leaning toward Far Cry.
For game of show, Far Cry's a good pick. I'm torn between Assassin's Creed, The Witcher, and Batman. I'm trying to pick one of those.
Yeah, I don't blame you. There's so much good stuff, and The Witcher and Batman and Assassin's Creed would all be up there for me too, as well as Zelda and Uncharted, just because I love Uncharted so much.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick one this year. There's really good stuff.
Yeah, can't say I blame you there, bro. But we got to wrap.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. So we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks, everybody, and bye.